What did your organization learn from FAB?
We learned that one size doesn't fit all. I'm not joking, it's not a joke, because the main recommendation that AFOL Metropolitana has collected is that the more we will be able to move from standard and neutral services to an offer tailored to specific targets and sub-target of people, the more we will achieve important results to respond to the real needs of our users.
What have we learned? For us, has been very important to realize that the union is strength. I mean, the coordination between administration is absolutely important if we want really to get a real integration. I mean, all these good practices have been really inspiring. And we believe that the employment is a very fast way to get included, not only in the labor market, but also in the city, in the host city. And the exchange of experiences have been really, really important for us as well. So we needed to know also what was other cities were doing for that.
As one of our neighborhood mothers put it, it's universal for women to support other women. The city of Stockholm see that with a relatively small effort aimed to women who are far from the labor market, a major effect is created on women's equality in society. We see also that the fact that the chair's experience gives increased trust, which means that women dare to contact the authorities and in the end get a faster establishment in the new society. The neighborhood mothers also becomes a role model. It is an impact to actually see women taking place in the public in order to show the importance of equality between women and men. By getting the opportunity through the FAB project, we could get in-depth knowledge and inspiration from Berlin. But in the end, developed a method that adapts to local needs, a method that will now live on in Stockholm. Thank you from us.
Good morning, everybody. And thank you for this question. Thanks to the project FAB, we experienced how to overcome the silos mentality too often adopted in the public policies. To enable an effective multi-stakeholder approach, the city administration must create a sound environment to allow public institutions, private operators, and NGOs to merge their competencies and capacities. And this means, in few words, a better result for all people involved in the process. So thanks, FAB, and thanks to all people that worked in this project.
Hi, greetings from Vienna. I want to focus on the transfer process. As Annemarie told before, we followed our Milan partner in this process. So the project was not adopted one-to-one. The idea emerged more from the discussion process we did. So what we learned, transition always needs dialogue, exchange, and mutual respect. Thanks.
Hello, everybody. We have learned really many things, and especially from our position of a European network. First thing I would like to mention, when we invented this term some years ago of mentoring among cities, it seemed a bit a project language. And today, I think we can say, at least in Met, but I think more than us, it is a lively term. It brought lots of sense and lots of value, both on the local level. It put us together in many local empowerment workshops, and also meeting on the transnational level let us really gain a deeper perspective on the practices, on what happens in real in other cities. So these I keep with myself and with all of the Metropolis.net network. Second, as a European network, we had a bit different perspective in this project, but a very, very privileged role to guide this mutual learning and exchange process. So today we can really say that the idea of this European partnership and intervention model can be a concrete method of work for a European network and hopefully for many, many more organizations across Europe.
And then from the Berlin Senate, Margrit Zaunier.
Hello, all over. I think the first thing we learned, once again, it's good to have Europe and to have friends in Europe to learn from each other, visit each other and learn how things work in our cities. I think that's a very important thing, that we look what works in which city and then transform it to our cities, to our conditions. And therefore, I'm very glad that even for the project, even for the funding from the EU, I think this is an important point, that this great challenge we have as cities, we have as Europe, to integrate refugees, especially female refugees, in our labor markets, that we can learn from each other and adapt it to our cities. And therefore, it's good for Europe, it's good for us, and not only for the participants in the courses, but also for us in our structures. We learned how work it in Stockholm, what's going on in Milano, what's is in Vienna and all the other cities. And I think that's a great learning, and therefore thanks to everybody.
Yeah, I think what we learned is that there are many ways to deal with similar challenges. There's not just one solution, one perfect way to do things, but there's so many ways you can tackle a problem or deal with things. And I think this perspective is inspiring not only when it comes to labor market policies or to policy making in general, but it can help in your everyday life and whatever you do. So I hope that we can keep a bit of this mental openness to other solutions in our future work. Thank you.
The FAB contribution basically contributed mainly to horizontal cooperation and coordination between relevant national and international stakeholders, including one of the important aspects like exchange of experience and networking between international partners. Also, the rise of institutional capacity of all our institutions involved. Finally, better services to our target group, and then synergy, an excellent synergy with other similar actions in this respect. So thank you very much.
Verehrte Damen und Herren, heute endet für Goldnetz ein besonderes Projekt. Besonders bereichernd durch den internationalen Austausch mit den europäischen Partnern, besonders produktiv durch die gute Zusammenarbeit in diesem Netzwerk, besonders inspirierend durch die für uns erstmalige Erprobung des Team-Teachings und nicht zuletzt besonders erfolgreich. 60% unserer Teilnehmerinnen konnten wir in Arbeit oder Ausbildung integrieren. Ich danke meinen Kolleginnen für die engagierte Projektumsetzung und unseren Kooperationspartnern für das Vertrauen. Vielleicht treffen wir uns in anderen Projekten zu neuen Fragen wieder. Goldnetz würde sich freuen.